How are you doing?
Um, reflecting on a lot of stuff. Let's just put it that way. It's been a strange time. And you?
Um, Yesterday and today I've been super emotional.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if it's the moon.
Could be. Did you see it last night?
I saw the moon, but I didn't see the blood moon. I
Uh,
remind hard.
uh,
You?
yeah, it was 8 p.m. my time, so 9 p.m. your time. It was when it was covered. Started from about 6, covered, and then it was quite interesting. It was like a red, deep red covering of the moon.
Yeah. It was cloudy when I got home at around quarter to 9.
Mm.
And then we looked, it was cloudy, and then I woke up at midnight because I fell asleep with Zion. Because I went to this event with these Amazonian healers who have come
Oh,
from
wow.
Huni Quinn, and the Kawamaya. Anyways, I'm not saying. Like,
Oh, wow. That must have been so interesting.
it was a cultural thing. It wasn't ceremony, but I think I'm gonna go do ceremony with them. I don't know if I'll take ayahuasca. I don't think I want to. I don't think I need to. I'm not sure, but I wanted to go and do ceremony. Like I want to go and pray with them. I prayed yesterday, music, because they just started singing. Wow. Just the music, just the music. I don't even know. I mean, they're using a guitar. It's not like it's some,
Yeah,
exotic, like traditional instrument, but
the
guitar and
sound.
drums. But the singing, I prayed, and, I was there. It was like I was there and I saw all their ancestors. I saw all
Wow.
I saw so much. I saw so much and I surrendered and I had a whole experience just with the singing.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, it was amazing. I don't know if it's because of their power. I don't know if it's because of them as individuals or their communities or their ancestry. I don't know what it was. That's why I'm almost like I don't really want to do ayahuasca because I don't really feel like I need it.
Mm. Oh, what's interesting, what's coming up is what if it's just your power? They're obviously powerful because they spend a lot of time in healing. If you spend so much time, I suppose, shifting your consciousness, but they're using sound, ceremony. Um, the one thing that's common here is just the connection to sound as music for you. It keeps coming up. It's like almost a pathway where you're surrendering and then so much stuff comes up. Wisdom, look at the visions, the wisdom, the truth, the knowledge, the it's happened now a few times in different forms of music for you.
I definitely feel like I have a very strong ability to connect.
Mm.
I also feel like I do go deep. So yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe
And I mean, sound, if you look at ancient civilizations, sound is a huge part of luck. normal day-to-day business. It's not like just, I mean, it's like a huge part of how they lived, of how they moved things, of you watched that documentary on the sound in nature, pyramids, how they believe that was part of building pyramids. It was on Netflix. So sound's a big part, but we don't use it as they did in wisdom. So maybe that's what you're connecting to.
I don't know, but I saw so much and I understood a lot about myself.
As in,
But I can't say a lot. What I understood is that where I am, I'm in pain. I could feel, it's like here. It's like right here in this the heart. It's around here. I understood that, like, because I was there and I saw, and I experienced everybody like dancing and praying, and I saw ancestors or guides or elders, I don't know, all in the sky, like so many different energies and different headdresses or different, you know. And then, but me in the middle of all this, I was in agony. I was like, please take this from me. There's something here that's not mine. And
mm,
I said, please take it from me, just release this. I don't want it anymore.
mm,
And I mean, it's something that I understood that I'm carrying or feeling or holding here that's not mine, and I'm just carrying it around all the time. And the second part of it was, I saw myself lying there dead, and they were carrying me, and it was like they were going to do ceremony. How do you say? It's like I die. It's like a death ceremony.
mm,
Um, and I was both at the same time. I was both energies at the one in pain and the one dead. And the one in pain was begging them, please heal me, And I saw that they took me and I surrendered totally. And I don't know, I mean, definitely had some different feelings this morning. Um, yeah, definitely experienced myself differently. It's like something I don't want to accept. Everything comes back to this one choice that's in front of me. And my mind is not yet fully accepting that. So even this morning, I was like, if I really think about all the things I have to get done or do, like just I've got so many things that I've just not been doing them for work, for what I want to do, blah, 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 endless list, endless list. And when I asked for guidance and wisdom, I saw that it's the same thing, like there's no space here. And it's just one thing that I have to do, and the rest can just the rest kind of start to follow. But it's like I do that one thing.
mm,
And
mm,
I guess it's just me getting closer. I don't know how long it takes to get there, or if I'm just supposed to like jump and just do it one day without being fully like, going through all this, or am I supposed to allow myself the time to go through this and then be ready? I don't even know. But it's just the center of my it's the center of my process right now. It's the center of my reality right now. This question. And it has been a question, but I'm getting closer and closer to the answer. Even at
mm.
Why? I can do this. It's beautiful. You'll do a beautiful outcome, whatever the outcome.
Mm.
Anywho, that is me.
It's really tough. I mean, if I think about, this same experience, but what the same experience, but if I just think back, I mean, that's when I came to you, is when I needed to make that decision. Well, it was almost forced, not forced, but it was in a way. And it was one of the worst decisions I've ever had to make in my life. And in the same way, I didn't want to lose a family. I didn't have children. We weren't able to have children. I would have liked that. But in his way, also, I think it was very important to have a child. He chose his life. And if I look back now, I've certainly evolved and grown so much. So, that space where you say, I don't need that. It's nice to have that. I'm in that space. It's nice to have that, but I'm not compromising, like giving up the self, the journey, it's too much hard work to keep the two opposing pieces together. So do I miss the companionship and the fun and the laughter and the adventures? Of course. But do I miss the constant compromise of self? It's exhausting. I don't. Um, and it's not the same. I'm just reflecting upon that decision. The limbo makes things really difficult. So even when we were going through our own thing, we said, okay, we'll go to counseling. It was there a bit, but it wasn't serious. So what I learned from that is if you don't both go into that space deeply, um, like raw and open, it doesn't really shift anything. It doesn't. I think people who've gone through that space have really been put it all out, warts and all, mistakes, blah, 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 blah. So the only thing that moves it forward is the action and like, okay, this is what it is now. And it's, excuse my language, but it's fucking difficult. It's so, the pain, I mean, it's been 4 years. And the pain of that has actually made me quite guarded in a way. And I'm aware of that. It's not like I'm avoiding, but it's like, it's intense. It's horrible. You are holding space for so many people, but you also cannot control any of those outcomes. And we also forget how adaptable we are as humans, you know, especially children. Like if I said to you, okay, just stay as it is now for the next year, you know,
But it's why I know I have to focus on it. Like I have to focus my awareness on this question, you know?
mm,
Um, but I think it's what has been the process has been interesting also because when I first like I said, like I went through that initial period,
mm,
then I let it alone because I'm like, you know what, maybe it needs time. I didn't even know. And
mm,
last 1 2 months, then I was like, oh, you know what? What's so amazing is that I'm actually okay just being in the unknown and being okay. And then as soon as I said that, like next week it came up.
mm,
And then after it came up, and then I was like, okay, ignoring, and then see the process. And then after that, at a certain moment, I'm like, okay, I've just got to focus on this. I don't know what's the answer. I still wasn't sure of the answer, but
Mm,
I've got to move through this mountain, somehow. And, to be honest, like it's been like polarity. This, then this, then this, then this, then this answer, then this answer, then this answer, then this answer. And I feel like what happens is you get like, like that. That's the process.
mm,
Yesterday, I was that close to doing it. But the moment, it was like a moment I was going to talk, and then it just passed.
mm,
Moments where it comes and then it passes.
mm,
And the hard part has been, am I supposed to just jump? Like, am I just
mm,
supposed to push this, like, just say it out loud, or am I supposed to really allow myself all the time, like, to
mm,
an emotion? And now I've expressed it, I feel fine. I feel really
mm,
feel okay. I understand again. Now I'm back in
mm,
like, I understand there's no avoiding it. Whatever the outcome of it is
mm.
the important thing. The important thing is that that's what I have to do for myself. And it's just hard because it's like I'm choosing myself over everybody else, you know?
Just think about that statement again.
I'm choosing myself over everybody else. Um, I still come back to I know I have to do it, but you know what I mean? Like it's very like so it's just getting there. It's just getting there. And then all these
Mm.
questions about am I ever gonna get there? I'll never get there, or am I supposed to just jump and like die, like commit suicide basically, suicide bomb myself? Or am I supposed to wait, take my time, allow? So it's definitely the center of my
World now.
but even today, just having realized that I don't want to do it is also something that's good to have realized.
Yeah,
And
it's important.
that emotion of I don't want to do it is
Mm.
whatever. I don't know. But anyway, that's moi. That's in moi.
I think I was, if I just reflect back, I was also, because, we're in this space and we process and we like, you create your reality, you can change that reality. What in me? What is the pain that I'm not processing to have this in my mirrored back to me? And I went through a lot of that. Okay, I must process this, process this, process this. Then maybe it'll shift. So maybe it's me, maybe, and then realizing there's some shift, but not true shift, that deep for me, that deep, not betrayal of self, but that deep non-recognition of self, not allowing self, let it being covered. And self, not in a selfish way, you obviously understand, like um covering that soul part, that expression. And then realizing, okay, as much processing as I'm doing, something here is not right. And I thought, ugh, same, back and forth, I'm not going to do it. And then it was so strange. My brother phoned me and we were talking about a gift for my niece. And he didn't know what was happening. And I said to him, look, this is what's occurred. Affair, blah, 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 blah. And um, all of a sudden I heard this male voice that said to me, you're not seeing your own value and what you're worth. You're not seeing that. You are trying to keep the peace for everyone as you always do, but you're not. This is not good for you. This is not your next level. This is not. You're not being appreciated, respected, and honored. And when I heard that from a male voice, I was like, it gave me a sort of a strength inside. And I was like, okay, I have to do this. And I did it. And no, it's been delayed also for a long time, for years. And then I did it in that moment. It was the fucking most difficult thing I've ever had to do in my life. It happened all so quickly. Thank God for you. Because I was like, I can't. It just, I'm just saying, just be gentle with yourself. It is really fucking hard, but you do know the decision for you. The only way through it is that action. That's the unknown because once it's done, you don't know how it's going to evolve. You know, we think, oh, it's the end, but it takes its own path.
Anyways, it's the whole so interesting. And what it definitely shows me is that I'm not being, it's like, I'm not in a space where I'm seen or I'm heard, you know? And that somehow it connects to my work, right? Like I'm not allowing myself to be seen or heard either.
I was just about to say, it connects back to, are you allowing yourself to be seen and heard? You
Yeah,
know?
fighting to be heard, fighting to be seen, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know. That's just yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's all. No, nothing else, I think. I feel good. I feel like
You say it like, okay, yeah, that's it. That's all. Thanks. But this is like a huge thing. Oh, gosh.
I think the answer is just okay. I'll do it my way, my time. There's probably a million ways to do it, and I can pick any way I want to. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong way. You know, you can't like, you may think this is the decision, and then somehow we refer back to other people we know have been in that decision or what we've read or what we think is the right way or but like I think I've realized when an action needs to be taken, like the farm as well. Remember we spoke about that when it gets so uncomfortable that it sort of brings you closer to the action when it makes you extremely uncomfortable. But then the action shows itself. Somehow you've got the strength to say, okay, this is it, you do it, and then all the things fall into to
Oh,
place. I mean, even the farm, this place that I'm in now, met all my criteria. It wasn't available. There were people renting it. So remember, I was trying to get out and I went to all the places in Cape Town and everything just blocked and I kept getting rejected on the applications I was doing. And then this place, there were people in it. So it opened up at the time that the decision was made, which was the right time, maybe a month apart. So it's so I think that surrender in terms of what do I control, what am I trying to control, what I think I can control versus okay, and I'll trust that I will know. And the path will be completely aligned to that. I need to just trust and surrender.
yeah. Hmm.
Our mind is really gets in the way. I've realized that more and more. The mind, I've been working a lot with that. It can really get in our way. Um,
I'm really not sure if it is the mind or it's the so like, you know, for me, what is blocking me is here, right? It's this thing that it's something here. And I personally, what I saw a little bit of it this morning or yesterday when I meditated was it's worthiness. It's
hmm,
connected to worthiness. I have not got that exactly very clearly, but I understand like when I looked at it, I felt it. It was like
hmm,
unworthy. And I think
hmm,
it would be like I have to please everybody. Something
hmm,
connected. You know what I mean? Like I have to not please, like, but please also. Like I have to, yeah, I have to please everybody.
hmm,
And there's no space for me then, obviously, right?
hmm.
And I think that is what's causing my mind to go like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's the mind that is the problem, but the energy that creates the pattern in the mind.
They work together, definitely. You feel it, the mind is active. You think it, the emotion is, but at the core of it is there's something wrong with me. I'm not worthy. I'm not of value. There's this core thing that brings up all these experiences. And I think the frustrating thing is not being able to sort of evolve that, you know? Maybe it's not supposed to be. Maybe that's, I don't know, it brings all the experiences.
Evolve what?
Whilst we are here. I don't know.
Evolve what?
That thing, I'm not worthy, worthiness, value, lack of value, as opposed to the opposite, abundance of value, abundance of worthiness.
I mean, there has to be, there
Because it's
has,
impossible to please everyone. Think about it. And I know mine is, I must make sure everyone is at peace around me. That's where mine kicks in. But it's impossible. It is absolutely impossible to do. It's not possible.
it's just us holding everything from everyone. That's
Yeah,
not,
you're not supposed to.
there's one more thing I want to hear from you first. Remind me though about it. Just remind me about Telegram. I want to hear about you. What's going
Just
on with you?
tell me about Telegram now, and then we'll go. It's actually it always resonates.
Okay, it might be a whole thing. Basically, there's this lady. She's the business Imani. Remember the business coach I had done some work with before? She's doing something about oh, I haven't told you about it. You know, I started a Telegram channel. I haven't
No,
invited them to it. But the idea at some point when I did a reading for myself, what I realized is I have to the only thing that is needed in my work energetically is to start being seen in what I'm doing. So I opened this channel and I'm like, let me at least share for myself. I've only done 2 messages in like 2 weeks. So I've not been, again, the consistency is, I don't know,
yeah.
not. Um, so anyway, she's doing a master class or a program. It's $333. So it's not like cheap, but it could be if I do it every month, if I pay monthly, it could be affordable. Um, or I will feel better about doing it. You know what I mean? Anyways, it keeps calling me because I'm like, wait a second, I'm using Telegram. You know, I've already started this idea of Telegram and
Yeah.
not to sell. It's what the idea was not to sell. The idea was to hold us like have a space. And I don't even know exactly what the idea is, which is why I've not invited a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring it out and feeling it out, what I want to do with that space, you know?
Yeah.
Initially I thought it was a stream of consciousness space, so it's, but now I'm not sure. Anyhow, this workshop is really calling me, but Imani's like, she talks about, how she sold $8,000 worth of programs in Telegram in a 10-day program, and you can use it you have to push yourself to your edge in holding space there, and it's like a really powerful tool and blah 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 blah. So I really want to learn about Telegram, for example. I really want to feel like learning about it. But at the same time, part of me is like, wait, but do I want to go down that path? Is that what I want to do with it?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just, then this bigger question comes about selling, marketing. Is this my way?
Mm.
Or is this me sabotaging myself from actually starting to make money in a serious way? Which, of course, I want. Of course, you want that. You know what I mean? Or am I supposed to really honor my way, which is not that way? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So there's that question there. Anyway, so it's just an interesting question. It's like the bigger question is this. If I continue down this path of I'll find
Mm.
my way is a bit different than other people's way, and it's not to diss the classic North American sales model for healers, which, to be honest, is making healers do very well. Like literally, some of them are making millions of dollars, you know?
Mhm.
But and like I said, I do feel like, oh, I will make a lot of money. I have no idea how, but it's um so so or am I just in a place of sabotage with myself that I'm not going down this proactive model? Do you know what I mean? The more proactive sales marketing money model.
Mm.
Or it, it's like that question. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. It's the interesting thing, it is exploring, irrespective of what it is exploring your way, this whole thing of how does Neha want to live? What is your way of being? What is Neha? Who is Neha? What does that look like? How does that interact? Because the reality is there's so many options and choices through all these different things. And one part is the skill of using it, but you've been very proactive at getting that, like with Imani and other people. The other part is what is what resonates? What is your way? So it's actually an interesting, there's no answer. I don't know. You're busy discovering it.
Or my question is this sabotage? Like I should actually just get on this business model, blah blah blah. You know, instead of trying to go on the like, you know, the other side of me is saying it's your frequency. It will attract everything. You don't need to build out blah blah blah. You don't need to be selling. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah, but look at the way you're using Telegram. Just think of it not as sabotage. Think of it as another way of expressing yourself. That's what you're doing. Your intention was, I'm just going to try it out. I'm going to express myself and then let me see what happens with the few people that I invite. And then if there's some momentum, maybe I'll invite some more. So think of it as an exploration on a different form versus the sabotage. If it's sabotage, it'll come up as you as you're experimenting or exploring, you
so I
know?
should maybe I should just do the but the thing is like I want to learn from Imani about I want to learn about using Telegram. I
Yeah.
think it's interesting, but I don't want to also be like driven down a certain model. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I
Maybe I,
don't think it's not in your nature to be.
yeah.
Isn't it interesting? It's like I want to learn, but I don't want to be like told I must follow this model. I want to create my own model. That's okay.
So maybe
I,
it's just a question to her about it and say, hey, I'm really interested in this, but this is my concern. How it, you know,
how can I adapt this to me and my way? You know, like how does this adaptable to each person? You know, it's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Isn't it interesting? Everything, do you see how everything in your space at the moment is that?
no.
Is like, what is my life? How does it look like? What does relating look like? What does my space look like? What is it? It's a whole Neha exploration, which can be quite daunting. And also you're learning what it doesn't look like. Recreating death, rebirth.
Okay, I feel so much better. I don't know what the answer is. I haven't got any answer, but I feel better. I feel
That's
better.
okay. The mind wants an answer, but the, the next step always comes.
Yeah. Thank you. I feel so much better.
Oh, it's so interesting.
Or I want to ask, but I want to, of course, I want to hear from you.
Mine has, so I'm resonating, and the reason I'm talking about the mind so much because the insight has been in that space. So the one question I had is, Can you go backwards in consciousness? Because I've had some weird experiences over the last 2 months, and I'm like, oh my hell, what is going on here? Why am I attracting this disruption in my space? But the other part has been, as you know, is I've like willingly put myself in places of discomfort and places that may trigger me in order to interact with what's going on inside, in order to like move, release, surrender, so that doesn't create that fear. But in reflecting upon that, I'm like, I'm not loving that so much anymore. I'm like, okay. So two things.
Yeah.
So the one space is I've really been interacting with my thought and emotion in terms of how much of our mind do we actually believe, and how much do we actually surrender to a greater wisdom that isn't the mind. And and so the question around, for example, some of the things that I might think of a lot, like these two experiences, like, why am I so attracted to thinking about that? It's not necessary. It's finished. It's done. It's happened. But why does my mind keep wanting to cling onto that? And then thinking about my ex as well. Why cling onto that part of like justice, and like why am I clinging onto that if it's gone, it's left? I've processed so many things. So why is the mind addicted to clinging onto those pieces and emotions? It's been an interesting process. Anyway, so this is the one experience. The one experience is, I think I mentioned it briefly, one Sunday morning early, the neighbor, the house, I'm hearing screaming, I'm hearing shouting, I'm hearing like what sounds like a violent fight, what sounds like in my mind. My body has a visceral reaction of fear. I'm not anywhere near there, I'm safe, but my body goes into absolute visceral fear. Now, I know that comes from childhood conflict and fighting. So I'm like, oh my God, am I safe? Why is it sounds violent? What's going on? My mind, that day, I was in this discomfort, discomfort, discomfort. And the rest of the day was quiet. And I'm like, but this discomfort stayed with me so much. It was like so horrible. I was like restless because I didn't know what to do with it. So I sat with it. I said, okay, all I can do is like sit with this and let it just pass through me. Let me just see if I can allow it to pass. And some of it passed, but for the next few days, it was still there. My mind was clinging to it. And I'm like, why? What? There's no need for this. But still processing, processing. Okay. And this bothered me for quite a bit. I then subsequently found out all they were doing was watching some fight. There's some South African guy who's really on the world stage at the moment fighting. And when they also watch rugby, I discovered also they are very passionate about it. It's like with my ex watched football. They like very passionate. So they're screaming and shouting. And so that's all that was happening. And I was like, my mind took me into such a horrible, dark place. Why? Like, so I know it's a trigger from childhood fighting and conflict. I don't like it, but I'm like, done so much work on that. So that it was then this realization of actually, I actually don't need to believe my mind. In fact, this shows how we create our own reality. And in fact, you need to just surrender more and believe the mind less. So I was like, okay, so I've been working with that quite a bit, and it's been quite a sense of peace when you don't have to cling to those continuous repeated thoughts, because we don't need to. There's actually no reason for it. It doesn't actually change what happened. All it does is create this internal emphasis on those patterns and on those things. And then I was like, is that really necessary? Do we need to interact with that so much? Is it necessary? And then I was listening to this other podcast also just about surrender and just saying not to resist it, just to not process it, not think about it, just allow it to be there. And but also to move consciousness and attention like away from it. Doesn't mean not to think, to stop thinking or to force a change in thinking. It means shift your awareness. So what I was doing, for example, something that I love is listening to the birds or the crickets and focusing my attention on that just to see if there was a difference. And when I did that, there was quite a difference in the response. I suppose it's like being present, but it's more than that, actually. It's like taking consciousness and shifting it. Anyway, so that was that experience. And then I told you a while ago about that lady that I met in the road that hadn't taken her pills and was having a strange experience and the effect that that had, but I stayed. Then I had another experience with so there's this new place, Art Found Us, that opened up, and I went to go and meet. It's a lady and her partner. I think they're from Swaziland, and they opened the space. Very pleasant, and I've done quite a bit to support them. I put some of my pieces up there, and they're still very new. It's quite a rustic place. It's still new. They've entered the market. I've told people about it. I've gone there. I've supported one or two of their events. So what happens is a friend of ours is having a birthday, so I arrange with three of us and this friend to spend the birthday there. They've got a lovely concept where they make a meal and they have like a local musician. You just play some music and a sketch artist. It's a lovely concept. Let's go. I book it. And strangely enough, the same lady who's having this birthday, her other good friends booked the following day, which was her actual birthday. I was working for 10 people, same event. Now, the lady from the place was going through a lot with her partner. I think he might be a bit abusive. Anyway, so all of this is now in the space. I said to her, so I was just trying to support her to have this event. There was a whole lot of stuff happening there, but she delivered on both events. Post event. So they come back to me and there's all of a sudden an additional charge. Everything's been paid for and there's this additional charge. And I question it. And just from a normal, like this wasn't given up front. Can you explain what this is? And all of a sudden there's this horrible resistance that comes back. So on the Saturday, there's a fair, and I go quickly past them to support to see it fair, and I see none of my pictures are there. So I said, "Oh, that's interesting." No, no, no. So I get told a story anyway, a whole long story which wasn't true. Then the same friend, the lady that booked the next day with 10 people, she also got given this fee, this reservation fee that wasn't given up front, and she also questioned it, and she said, "Look." So she also got a whole lot of like voice notes and really like rude and insulting. And it was just interesting because the the people that we brought through, like all these people are quite, they're very grounded people. They have a lot of contacts in government and that, they could really open up doors and support. Anyway, that all happens. So on Saturday, I've got this really weird feeling, and her partner is now back in the picture, and I'm like, something's weird here. So they have to deliver the sketch from the day. And I said to them, "Look, we've paid for the sketch. I'm coming on Saturday to fetch it. It wasn't there." So I said, "Okay, I'll come Monday." She says, "No, come Tuesday." So I said, "Okay, I can't come Tuesday." So Thursday morning, I say, "Please get the sketch ready. I'm coming to collect it. Do you have a photo?" "No, we'll get it later in the day." So I said, "Okay, I'm coming to fetch it later in the day because, there's other people that paid for it. I need to send a photo. I need to deliver it. It's been 15 days since the event." So anyway, I get this message, "Oh, the artist had a big fight with a girlfriend, da 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 da." And I'm like, this is a lot of drama that I don't, why am I attracting this? Anyway, so I sent a message and I said, "Look, this is really unprofessional. You know, this needs to be delivered. It's been 15 days. It's been paid for. The artist's personal circumstances, it's your business, it's your establishment. You need to take care of that and deliver the picture. Yo, I got a whole lot of weird voice notes from the partner, but I could hear the lady in the background. So I thought, no, that's it. I said, okay, I'll be there later. I'm coming to just get my stuff ready. So I had some photo books there, just little things that I'd given in my pieces. Now, there's two artists that have left there in a rage. And the lady said to me that she can't understand why. So I thought maybe it's just artists. Anyway, so now I'm worked up, hey, I've got work. I've got like 2 coaching appointments and 2 other appointments that I'm busy with. But I'm processing, processing so that it doesn't influence my work. And I'm processing this, and it's a mixture of like not being heard and anger. And I'm like, I'm processing because I don't want to, I want to respond, differently. So this whole day, eventually I get to go. I go there and he meets me, and his partner, she's standing there, but she's quiet. So I think he is abusive because she's not saying anything all of a sudden. And he meets me with anger. He's shouting at me. He's like coming up to me, and I said, please just step back. I'm feeling attacked. I don't feel safe. And he's like, you still owe us money. You haven't paid us. I'm like, just look at your WhatsApp. There's all the proof of payments. I think he was on something. They do smoke stuff, and I think he was high. Anyway, so I'm going there and I'm like, I need the picture. He says, no, I'd rather you not have the picture at all. We don't want to give it to you. Your energetics are off and we'll just refund you. So I said, okay, great. Please refund me. Here's my bank details. I will pay you when it's ready. And then all of a sudden, the money I paid, he says, you didn't pay that. So I was like, oh, no, I can't. So he says, take your stuff. So I took my stuff, put it in the car. I took all my pictures off the wall, put it in the car. And I said, you know what? All this was feedback from 2 people around just do a bit of market research. You've got a great concept, but your pricing and your pricing is too high for the market. There's equivalent venues that are offering a great deal more at lower price. You've got to get yourself settled, and and these people that have been introduced are businesswomen in the local community. There's a lot of support here, but you can't be resisting the way you're resisting for basic inquiries about money. It's very fair. It's not, you know, shouted at me. So I said to him, look, I feel attacked. Please don't come near me. So he's like, on my property, blah, 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 blah. It was like a real altercation. And I did raise my voice, but I didn't shout. I didn't fight. I just raised my voice. And it was the same, like, you're not hearing me. And that was the childhood stuff again. Like, you're not seeing me, you're not hearing me in this conflict. So I took my pictures, I put it in my car, and I left. And when I left, I just felt this relief. Like, I don't know what dark energies come in there, but that's not for me. I will not be anywhere near there. I don't think they will last as a business. They've been open since April. And it's such a shame because another friend of mine that I took on the day, she brought an art collector on the Monday to come and see some of the pieces, but that's the energy of that, they just didn't feel right. And when they asked for the price of one piece, they'd escalated it like 5 times. So there's a bit of I don't know, a bit of a greed, maybe just not a knowledge of professionalism. I don't know. I don't actually. So that was also my mind so much. And I'm like, why am I thinking about it so much? It's not necessary. So I had to do a lot just to process that energy like off. So now I'm fine. It's like it's done. But I was like then questioning myself, like, do I have an inability to read the situation? And then I realized it's the pieces where you put the effort in to make people feel comfortable, so one part of it's development, yes, but I realized there's a subtle part around how do I make you feel more comfortable? Because my value is if I can make you feel more comfortable. Your value is if I can make you feel good about yourself. And I've got to please everyone or make everyone feel comfortable. Then I realized the subtlety of that is the key to when you know you're compromising yourself. This is not the energetics. It's not at an equal plane of not reciprocal, but at a empowered space. So I was like, okay, I've learned that, but it's like horrible experiences. And then I think, shit, have I gone back in consciousness? Has something happened that my consciousness is lowered because I'm like, well, these are ugly experiences, you know. Yes, I did put myself in them specifically. I did, I know. And I've now said, no, I think I'm just going to go back to the spaces I know. But I'm also feeling a bit of a support fatigue. I'm like, I'd like, I, one, I don't, I'm like, I'm tired of supporting. And I think it's just been these experiences. It's been weird, 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 weird. But it's also been like practice to surrender away, like to surrender and discern. That's my, that's my vent, my story. Oh, can't say I've,
Sorry. Sorry. I think like I'm very angry towards those people. That's horrible. That's like not even just the way you're speaking about it is so gentle or so polite or so objective. I would be really like traumatized.
okay, I need to hear that. So that's good for me to hear because I'm like also, I mean, I was really angry, but also when I realized when I was there, I wasn't going to get anything done because he was obviously high. You know, you can't negotiate with someone who's drunk or high. But I felt so horrible, betrayed. Um, but what you've just said to me gives me permission to not to be graceful, to be fucking angry and like just at the whole experience.
You know, well, what's coming is that it's again some kind of part of the wounded masculine, blah, blah, blah. I hate those words, but anyways, patriarchy thing.
Yeah.
Is we're,
Oh, yeah.
we're programmed to believe that we're supposed to be with it. So being angry, being upset, being afraid, being scared, being all of those things is the problem, and then coming back into balance and peace and love, blah, blah, is the way, is the truth, is the norm. So again we
Yeah.
go into, the norm. What is the norm, or what is the standard of normal?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Well, that's normal, and this
It,
is like this is not the standard, right? So I think that's one thing to be aware of is like, I mean, I think you're incredibly hard on yourself. I think you're also hard on your mind, because I don't think it's your mind that is obsessing. I think it is trauma in the body that is creating and echoes throughout the mind. And the practice is to come back to the body to help it move, right?
yeah.
So breathing, focusing on it as a space in the body or shape in the body. Doing somatic work like movement, going for a walk, like it's not actually the fault of the mind. It's not your mind that is trying to hold on. Yes, maybe your mind is holding on to certain things, but that's your body holding on through the mind.
Okay, that does resonate. That does actually resonate with me.
All of this is incredibly, incredibly normal. Incredibly normal. Why do we hold on to pain? It's because of what we know. When we've healed things in the past, we've seen how the wound is so afraid of the unknown. Like, what am I going to be without my identity?
A wound, it's an identity, you're right.
It's an identity, and that's safety. Even if it's an unpleasant identity, it's safety.
That's true.
I don't know what it's like, for example, to just choose myself over everybody else. I don't know what that's like. I've been
No.
emotionally carrying everybody around me who I love for ages.
Ages.
I think since I was like a kid with my mother.
Your mother, your family, even clients. I'm thinking back on some clients that have been really difficult.
That's a pattern. So I don't know how else to be. Now to think about moving out of that pattern, it's like my body doesn't need anything else. Right? So I think part of it, we just really need to understand ourselves. We really need to understand that we're not, we're not, the model is, may not be Buddha. What if it's not Buddha? What if the model is you?
Maybe that's what we're learning.
That's, maybe that's feminine way, which is to say falling apart. All of these extreme intense emotions that are part of life is life. It's the color of life. Otherwise, the weather would always be temperate.
Mm.
Sure, the weather is not temperate all the time. Most of the world is not temperate.
Mm-mm.
Time is not temperate.
In fact, most of the world is completely not tempered. It's completely out of whack, out of in the angry space, in the sad space, in the traumatic space. Think about
Cold, extreme heat, and the, you know,
mm.
uh, what does it mean to be alive? It means there are safari ants.
Yeah.
You know? It means that there's snakes,
Yeah.
flies, and roses have thorns.
Yep.
So, like, I think it's the expectation and the standard that I feel you have, because we look. Maybe you're watching and reading all of this. How do you say? All these teachers and blah blah blahs about how to be, get to peace, get to freedom, get to love, and it's kind of like, well, what if that's not even the destination? What if that's not even the destination? What if the destination is now? Is like literally the now.
Whatever's in that space. Well, there is no destination, it's that. Yeah.
So what if that's we have, I mean, our minds need a destination. Our minds function in time, so we need a so
Yeah.
what if we make the now the destination? That's where I'm supposed to get to. It's right now.
Yeah. And that resonates. I think that's exactly it.
So, yeah, I feel, and what if I mean, I don't think that just because you're moving up in consciousness, all your situations are now pleasant. Look at Jesus and Buddha as an example.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
think
I've been
so.
thinking about Jesus and Buddha a lot actually over this last time and Jesus. And I was like, okay, well, he had quite a few, like a lot of challenges, like a lot. It wasn't pleasant at all.
Manifested only pleasant situation.
No, yeah.
I mean, we're in this world. We are consciousness, but the reality of other consciousnesses is going to bump up against us. We can't just isolate ourselves in a bubble.
No, we can't.
Even if we isolate ourselves in a Himalayan cave, it might be there's a snowstorm that lasts like 6 months and you're really freezing. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, you can't isolate. Definitely not.
So can consciousness go up or down? I'm sure it can, and I'm sure it's fluctuating in every moment to some degree.
But I think no, I actually think it's being in the now more, whatever that presents. It's not actually isolating in the bubble. That's exactly it. And then being in it.
And so maybe that's why you've been exposing yourself to situations.
I mean, I did intentionally say, okay, you
But
know,
you're telling you I'm exposing myself to situations so that I can trigger myself and heal.
yeah,
That is the mind, right? That's the performance mind. That's the proving myself mind. And I don't know, proving myself to who is the question, right? Of course.
yeah. And do I need to do that? Well, look,
What?
an interesting experience.
But what if your spirit is choosing those situations to show you something very different? What if your spirit is putting you in all those situations to show you that the common thread in all of these different things is you.
Mm.
And whatever else is going on around you doesn't really matter. It's only your experience of that. It doesn't matter if it's
Mm.
about rugby or football or a domestic altercation.
No, it doesn't.
What if it just matters that it's your experience, just you, it's just you being alive. But what
Mm.
if you're so wise in choosing those situations, it's teaching you very deep,
Mm.
that your
I'm
mind is like
resonating.
to do one, two, three. What if it's both at what if the mind and this like the mind is operating at that level and the spirit is operating at a totally different level, like
I'm
all
resonating with it, definitely.
are true at the same time.
I don't know what it is, but I am resonating with it because I can actually I'm experiencing I'm experiencing a difference in me. Um
I think maybe the last thing that is coming is it's just a question of where you're identifying. Are you identifying with the mind of saying, oh, I need to perform, I need to achieve, I need to heal this, I need to fix this, I need to trigger myself enough so that I feel all everything? Or are you identifying with your spirit? Who's a wise, deep teacher.
that's it. That is it. Hence why that whole conversation around the mind, I'm identifying more with the mind than with spirit. And this is what this is teaching me. Um,
Mind is just interpreting reality in one.
yes, exactly. It's just interpreting. And I suppose don't you think it's so actually wise to show such a violent or disruptive interpretation in order to get like the message across in a way? This is
What is the
identifying mind, and this is
well,
I,
what is the message? What is the message?
well, it's the different ways of identifying with the mind and identifying with spirit.
Still, mental, performing. There's still that. You're still trying to calculate yourself. Okay, so don't try and figure it out.
Okay. Okay.
What is the mess? What is the mess?
Well, I don't know what the message is now. My mind's trying to figure it out, so I don't want to do that.
The mind, right? That's okay. The mind is there and it's very powerful and we can absolutely use it and we're not going to blame it. But in these questions, it just doesn't have that capacity.
No, it doesn't. That's true. I
So
get.
the mind is the problem. Is the question of where's the mind useful and where do we need to go somewhere else to use something else? And since we've only really been taught and educated how to use the mind, we haven't been taught and educated how to use other processes, right? So that's okay. That's us building new muscle in our body, in our system, right? Of how where do we go?
Mm.
I'm gonna ask you one more time because I feel like it's good for you to do it. If you close your eye and you feel what is your spirit who has taken you into all these different situations, and it's your spirit. Just listen to its message. If it doesn't make sense, just listen for its message.
All I'm getting is it's showing me the truth. That's what I keep hearing. Mm.
Now you can take time to figure what that out, what that is. But you can feel
Yeah.
that
Mm.
showing you the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting something similar. I can share if you wish what I'm getting, or I leave you to process in your own way.
Share, share with me.
Something about it's this is you. It's showing you this is you.
Mm.
It's trying to help you let go of shame around reacting, being emotional, being scared, being frightened, being overwhelmed, being angry. This is you.
Okay, that resonates a lot.
You're not supposed to be
Mm.
you. It didn't create with us. Spirit didn't create with us.
Yeah, that resonates a lot. Thanks.
And it's kind of another way of also a question that you could also ask yourself is, can I accept myself in every moment, even though I am angry, sad, and overwhelmed, scared? I unconditionally love and accept.
Yeah, I thought I was, but I haven't been. That's the that's the thing. Yeah. These journeys now, huh? They're going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Thank you for that. Mm. I feel quite settled. I feel, but like an energetic settled, like, okay. And no need to think about it, just to be in it. Um, okay. Thank you.
Force myself to just accept
Mm.
and not know what that is. That's the hard part, having a process that you don't know what it is. But
Yeah.
I was like totally content to be in my own, just accept my own.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. The resonant message.
And for you, it's about the state, but it's the same thing.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Yeah, really good. I bought a new deck of cards. Should I draw a card?
Oh, wow. Yes. Pull a card. Let's see.
And money. I'm like, whoa, it's all these cards, and I'm like, the tarot deck.
Cool. Let me see.
Tried before, but I was like, maybe this tarot deck because the pictures are so nice, it will actually encourage me to learn the tarot system. Because I just
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah,
haven't
yeah.
been learning the system because I like the openness of the intuition.
Yeah.
Pure. I draw one card for me and one card for you.
Perfect.
Oh, oops. It's a while since we've done this.
Yeah, it has actually. Sure. When did we do it? Last year, beginning of the year?
Anything coming to you about ayahuasca?
Say
I mean,
again.
sorry. Anything coming to you about ayahuasca? About me going through ayahuasca?
I think you'll know. The thing that is coming to me is that you have your own wisdom in you. So if you need, if it, I don't, you'll know whether or not. I don't feel like it's necessary for you, but like that doesn't mean don't do the experience. You'll be guided whether you want to do it or not. It might just deepen an experience for you, but you've got so much in you. Like that experience that you were having, it's thinking about other individuals not even having close to that. And ayahuasca maybe bringing something else up for that. I think you're so powerful that you don't need a third thing.
I also
If,
don't, it's very gentle. I don't feel cold.
yeah, if you're not called, then just trust your,
Feel gentle things work already for me,
yeah. I've also never been called.
Okay, let's
Um,
cards here. I'm gonna send you a picture. Oh, the same card I got for myself, damn it.
what is it? Which one?
Yesterday or day before. I'm sending you both.
Yeah.
Last time I picked the woman on the right. I want you to read too, your way, and I can read my way.
So which one did you pick now for you? The same one, the woman on the right.
Oh, I just picked two. I don't know which one is yours and which one is mine. I usually in the reading it shows me which one is. But I feel like these two are both for us, to be very honest with you.
I love
Uh,
the King of Wands. Oh, nice. I love it. Very powerful, very like the wisdom, definitely connection to spirit, operating from like operating purely from there, if that makes sense. If you look at the heart, the connection to spirits, but also if the face is like, I'm doing this with absolute joy. I'm not afraid of whatever happens around. Uh, and the power to do that is very powerful. The woman, it's definitely about an abundance, for me, an abundance of that. Look at that, the power of, it's not even an act of letting go. It's just like, okay, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it. But if you look at the hand, the one hand is red. So there's no, it's a, for me, it's a pure acceptance of all these experiences, all these different parts. There's no shame or it must be like this or not like that. Those are beautiful cards. This is a beautiful deck. What comes to you from the cards?
cards, maybe both of them are relevant rather than one for each.
Mm, I think so.
Is a deep maturity happening. Um, a deepening, like a deepening of wisdom,
Mm,
of a growing, loving wisdom.
mm,
A deeper understanding of the way the meaning in not the meaning in a deep uh, a deeper understanding of the way things are unfolding.
mm. Yeah.
And great deal of love, a great deal, like a great, also like this opening of love for others in their own journeys or processes or places. And they're also, of course, connecting back to oneself. So again, that idea of self-acceptance, but it's more like a love, like a true, like a deep, deep love for ourselves, almost seeing ourselves outside of ourselves, from outside of ourselves. Yes, and just from that state, having so much power, like from the head around the head, there's a lot of power. It's natural. It's not
Mm.
effort. There's no effort. It just is a function of the
Pure,
aura.
mm,
It's just a function of the aura.
pure connection.
That's the first card that I see. Second card I see is getting rid of all these small ideas about oneself,
Mm.
just throwing it all away. Um, Allowing all these small notions of ourselves in I think in everything we've talked about today, and also
Mm.
everything that we go through, experiences, all these smaller versions of ourselves come up, or all these, like the smaller version of ourselves, we can perceive or experience in some way or the other. And I feel these smaller versions of ourselves is just like now, it's just like it's
Mm.
saying both time to, and it is also what we are in the process of now doing. It's just
Mm.
throwing all those small things, yeah, ideas about ourselves away.
And you
Letting,
see, with it's also done with like a soft power, but not an effort, not like a,
yeah.
not a,
But
like a
there is,
exerted.
I feel there's some focus, but it's not necessarily like a struggle, you
Yes,
know.
yes, yes.
But
It's us.
I see some balance in it. Like it is, you need to stay balanced in this process, you know.
Mm.
But I also see just burning away everything until only what is true or what is you remains.
Yeah.
That's what I see. I don't know if that's for both of us or one predominantly one way or
Here are the message for both of us. Both of them for both of us. Please send me a photo of the deck. It's a beautiful deck. Oh, I love this.
unfortunate. It's very white face, like white skinned, unfortunately. I wish it was a bit more mixed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just I don't know why, I just find it's harder to, of course, to relate or for some of the decks she's done, they really are like an effort to mix all the different, you know what I mean?
Yes. Who is it? Who's
It's
who?
not Baron Reed.
Uh.
The Wisdom Oracle.
Yeah,
I've got like three of her decks.
yeah, I've also got one of her decks, which is mixed. Is more mixed. The one with the younger people in the deck.
Oh, what's in the book about these two things?
That man looks like a Japanese sage.
The King of Fire, spiritual influencer, creative, inspired leadership. Oh, it's good to learn. I'm learning about King. This is wands, is it?
Ones, yeah.
I wands anyway. When I'm aligned with spirit, I'm a powerful leader who inspires others. My mastery benefits others as I teach them directly at times and indirectly at others, modeling what they might aspire to. Yeah. How can I be confident in my own abilities and vision without becoming rigid or closed off to other ideas?
Mm-hmm.
That's the King of Fire, Ten of, and they're both fire cards. That's interesting.
Mm.
Patient. Ten of Fire, burning away, releasing the excess, endings clear way for beginnings. Ten of Fire.
Mm.
I may be overcommitted and have taken on too many burdens. In this moment, I do the work of decluttering my life. All that I release will take new form and serve the greater whole. But I no longer need to hold on to it simply because it once seemed to have value for me. I thank it for what it did for me, but say goodbye to the emotions, relationships, and situations that I realize do not belong in my life. It'll make me cry again.
It's amazing, hey? Always valid, always relevant.
Oh, dude, I wish you were Kisima. It's
Always.
October.
Say again.
I wish you were coming for Kisima. I may you make some extra money and get a ticket to Kenya in October. That's fun.
Yeah, is it in October? What are you doing at the festival?
I'm gonna teach 3 classes. I think I want to teach a class on prophecy, a class lives,
Yeah,
a class on art and abundance.
very cool.
Yeah.
Very
Come.
cool. I must actually see. When is it in October?
Well,
Yeah.
9th through 12th.
I might come to Kenya next year.
Then you can come. It'll be October, November.
Mm. Let's see.
Huh?
Those are lovely classes. I love the prophecy, what you said, past lives and abundance. Nice. Okay, my darling. It was, as always, thank you so much. Love you lots. Bye. Bye.